AM 1260 KLYC. Check us out on Facebook because we stopped by the Yamhill County Clerk's office, and in this spirit of the UFO Festival, or AKA also known as Alien Days, which is what it used to be known as, and they changed it to UFO Festival. A lot of people we run into downtown are still calling it Alien Days, and they're dressed up in their costumes here at the Yamhill County Clerk's office. And one of the nice things about talking to aliens is they've already told us who's going to win the election. So we can tell you right now the winners of the sheriff's race and the county commissioner's race are... Oh, wait a minute. No, they were wrong. The aliens were wrong. They were wrong. So I guess we have to wait till the ballots come in. Seriously, though, we're talking to Brian Bergen. He's in costume as well. Check out our Facebook page and see what an alien abduction of the county clerk looks like. So seriously, let's talk about the turnout. May 20th, Tuesday, is the election date. What are we looking at for turnout so far?
So far, countywide, we're just shy of 21% total voter turnout so far.
Now, any things rising to the top as far as spoiled ballots, people not signing ballots, what's going on as you're processing the vote-by-mail ballots this time?
You know, of our 52,000 registered voters in Yamhill County, of the 10,000 that we've received so far, we're seeing way too many that have forgotten to sign their ballots. And we cannot count a ballot that has not been signed. So those get a letter sent to them, and they can come into our office and sign their ballot. But if they don't match, we can't count them.
So if you've already received their unsigned ballot and they think, oh, I forgot to sign it, but I was just hoping that wouldn't make a difference, they can still come in and show ID and sign it.
Indeed they can. And the sooner the better. And that'll help us all getting our counts correct and out. And candidates will really appreciate that work. Here in Yamhill County, we have had a number of really close races over the years. And folks might remember that our county commissioners are nonpartisan, and they are not a constitutional position, so they can be elected in this primary. All it takes is 50% plus one vote of all votes cast, and they're elected, and we don't have a November general for that race.
Now, the candidates have spent a lot of money on signs, so they really want you to sign their ballots. In fact, I can hear the candidates sweating bullets now. 10,000 ballots have been received so far?
Correct.
What percentage of those are you having issues with being signed?
We're seeing almost a full percent, where we have over 100 ballots that are either unsigned or they are signatures that don't match what the record shows, or we have some spouses sign the wrong envelope and we have to get those corrected. So there are variations of the problem, but the real problem is we check every signature, and if they don't match, we cannot accept them.
So spouses signing different ballots happens because they're just on the kitchen table, they grab a ballot and they're running out the door, they sign the wrong ballot, you open it up, whoop, this is Joe signed it, but it's Marge's ballot. So how do you contact them and let's say, hey, you signed Marge's ballot, Joe, you got to come in?
We do, and it's super helpful when they vote on the same day. It's easier to find them. Not so helpful when they vote on separate days. It makes it more difficult to find. But we do try to keep up on these things. We are picking up ballots on every drop box around the county now every day between now and Election Day. So that's another good reminder for folks, is it's too late to mail to safely get to us in time. And it's free to drop them in our drop boxes. So that's the best solution if people have not yet voted, is to drop them in one of those cities' drop boxes.
And where are those located?
There's one in every city, one outside the City Hall in Willamina, outside Sheridan City Hall, Amity's Library, Lafayette City Hall, downtown in Dayton, and outside City Hall in Yamhill, outside of City Hall in Carlton. In Newburgh, there are two. There's one at the Aquatic Center on the north side of town, and on the south side of town, just south of the Civic Building, between the parking lot of the thrift store and the Civic Building. And here in McMinnville, people can drop them off either here at our building at the clerk's office, or the parking lot in the court's office.
So we're looking at about 21% voter turnout so far. How high do you think we will go?
I hope that we'll get to 42%. I was originally thinking that this would be a higher turnout election, considering we have 2 commissioners' races with no incumbents. So we will have 2 new commissioners in office, people that have not served as commissioners before. I thought that would cause additional turnout. Sheriff's race also has been term limited out, so that will be a new sheriff.
So the commissioner's race, are they going to run and then run again in November? What has to happen for us to get a winner in each office this spring election?
In the commissioner's races, it is possible, conceivable, if one candidate in a race gets 50% of the votes cast plus 1, they win outright here in the primary. If they don't, then the top 2 vote getters in that race move on to the November general election. Different story on the sheriff's race. The sheriff has to be elected in the general. So if one gets 50% of the vote plus 1 in the primary, that one person is then again on the November ballot. If no clear winner in the sheriff's race is apparent in the primary, then the 2 top vote getters also go on to the November general election.
So let's say in the sheriff's race somebody does get that majority, 50% of the votes cast plus 1, and they just run as the only printed candidate on the ballot, and then there could be a write-in campaign against them?
Exactly. That can happen. It has. Weird things have happened before. And generally, it would just be that one person in the race, but anyone at any time is able to write in.
And aliens can't vote?
That is correct.
Because they're not registered voters in Yamhill County.
Exactly.
So, seriously, if you haven't mailed your ballot, don't drop it off, bring it in person. If you're thinking, man, Marge, I might have signed your ballot, then you can call the clerk's office and ask, right?
You can call the clerk's office and ask, or you can go to OregonVotes.org, type in your own information, and you will get a response that say your vote has been accepted. So, there's 2 ways.
And you don't have to ask the aliens.
You do not have to ask the aliens. Hide under your aluminum foil hat.
There you go. You're safe there.
You're safe there. You're safe indeed.
They can't suck your brains out.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
AM 1260 KLYC. It is the second big day of Alien Festival, or Alien Days UFO Festival. We're going to have fun. Hope to see you down here, downtown Mac, AM 1260 KLYC. And don't forget to vote.